It's November 28th. November. It's a beautiful day out here. It's not exactly hot, but it's not freezing. And I figured I'd talk a little bit about preparing the garden for the winter. One thing I started doing, I bought a composter. And take a look inside here. I got two bins. I got this one here with a lot of leaves that I just started. I recently emptied it. This one, which I'm not adding to, this is very much underway. That's hot in there. You can actually feel the temperature of the heat coming out. And so now I come in the back, all the beds, pulled the plants out, pulled the weeds out. I mulched them up with leaves to keep the weeds down. This one I put mulch. I also put some black plastic. We got the creeping Charlies. They tend to want to really take over. Come on, Taco. We're watching somebody's dogs. The first dog I've ever met that does not like going outside. Come on, let's go. All right, you want to stay here? You don't want to go out? I'm going to go out without you for a little bit, okay? Yep, I'm going to go out without you. Yeah, he's going to try to go back in the house. Yeah, he wants in the house. Alright, so back here at the raised bed, same thing, lots of leaves on top. Here we've got, this is garlic I planted, although I didn't expect it to come up. I wanted it to come up next year, but it was kind of warm, so it came up. More garlic planted here. These beds are all empty. And back here, we've got lots and lots of leaves. These things, I'm curious how warm this got. I'm going to stick this thermometer in here. Ooh, just to see what we got going. See if that goes up. This one I just filled. This one was filled a few days ago. These are just all kinds of leaves that I grabbed from around the neighborhood. And I found that one of the big issues was in the summertime, when I get grass clippings, I don't have anything to mix them with. So I'm actually going to order another one of these bins, grind these leaves up and just fill it with it. This actually has a mixture because some of these leaves I thought were just leaves. Well, people had thrown in their old flowers, their grass and everything else. So these are actually set and ready to go right here. They're going to compost over the winter time. But yeah, having materials on hand, something I never thought about before, is so important. And it's hard to do when you don't have the leaves. I mean, you can try to add some newspaper, but it takes time to shred it. And here we've got, this is the finished compost, or a lot of it except for the pine needles, but this stuff here is pretty much done. This was emptied out from the tumbler, and also there was some material that was in here from over a year ago. Let's see what we got. This one's not warm yet. This one's mostly leaves. Let's try the other one. This one's been in for a while. Let's see if this one goes up. Yeah, that one's climbing. See that? We'll come back to it in a minute. A little bit more over here. This is something I did when I moved in. This thing's been here for probably about 5 years. And I'm slowly tearing it apart, but this was a one of those free projects. It looked ugly. The stuff just didn't seem to compost, but you know, I left it long enough. I said this got left for about 5 years, and I actually emptied out a bunch of this, but it made beautiful compost actually. I mean, this stuff is just fantastic. In fact, that's what's in part of the garden now. And same thing, this over here was what I couldn't fit in there. Dug this out. I mean, compost happens if you give it enough time, but I don't have 5 years to wait, and like I said, this thing's kind of ugly, so new system should replace that. All right, that's about it for the compost.